Okay, what we're going to go over in this video is checks and check printing. So we're going to go over to AP, print checks. Now, whenever you enter in a check or do your scheduled payables, it's always going to ask you 1 or 2 checks posted, do you want to print? Or 27 checks posted, do you want to print? You don't always have to say yes and print the checks at that time. If you still have more checks to create, you can say no. And when you say no, it's going to take you into print checks queue. And you can get to that by going to AP, print checks. And this brings up any checks that have not been printed yet. You want to verify the checks if they're old, like this 826 one has not been printed. You want to find out why it's still sitting there. Maybe you did it as a handwritten check or as an electronic check, and you need to go edit that check in check history to make sure it says electronic or handwritten with the check number. Once you click on post or print, it's going to come up with ready to print checks. It'll have the date, which will be the check date, the bank it's coming out of. The next blank check number should match what is on this screen in next check number. If you have a bunch of checks to do and you know you're ending at 2000, you can say pause after check 2000 and it'll pause printing so that you can put another stack in. It's going to tell you what printer it's printing to, so that would be the one that you use for your checks. And then you just click on print. When you click on print, it's going to tell you how many checks were printed. If your printer's not on, you're probably going to get a message. All checks could not be printed if you skipped any of the ones that's in there, or if the owner does not have enough funds to cover the check. You just click OK to that, and you'll see the ones that are skipped. You'll be able to click on each one of them and find out what the reasoning is. This one we skipped because it was August. We're going to go ahead and cancel out of this. To view any other checks you have in the system, you can go up here to AP, click on Check History. Down at the bottom, you have specific tabs to get you to where you want to be. Any electronic checks you did. We're going to be looking at unprinted checks. So this one was electronic checks. So you're going to click on Edit. And then you're going to put electronic here, and then you can put whatever number in there that you use to associate electronics. If it's handwritten, you can come back up here and say handwritten and put in the check number. Once you click on post, that check is no longer unprinted. See the handwritten checks by clicking on the tab for handwritten, as well as any destroyed checks that you have in the system here. Now over on the bottom right, you have the filter button, which allows you to go in and look for specific checks. You can go in and restrict it by a certain amount. We're going to do 980. X the box for filter active. We're going to say show if voided and show if not voided, and then click on save. It brings up all checks for $980, and one of them's voided. If you go back over to the bottom to destroyed, you'll see that voided check that's in there. You can filter by check number. If you are concerned that you have double check numbers, you can put in a check number here and then click on save. If you're looking for a specific check number that's cleared the bank and it's not in Promas, you can go in and put in that check number, show if voided, show if not voided, and save, and you'll see that you have a destroyed check for that check number. Over on the all by date or all by number, you can see that we actually used that number twice. Once for when I put in that handwritten check, and then once for when it was paid $980 and it got destroyed. This explains your check history. This explains inputting your checks, printing your checks. So that completes our video. If you have any questions, just email us at support@promas.com or give us a call.